What up? Thanks for coming over to Short Shifts. Hockey Think Tank, Topher, Christopher, Ryan, Scott, and myself, Jeffrey, underwear model Lavecchio. Toph has no idea what I'm about to say, almost ever. And I did not come up with this one. I cannot take the cred. All right. Our unbelievable podcast producer, Steph, said, I got a great one for you. All right. So, Topher, your topic, which you can't choose, you have to do it. We have probably 9 minutes left now. I didn't look at the clock when we started. Damn it. So, the new PWHL that launched yesterday has a new penalty kill rule. We were talking about this in the gym today with the boys. For those of you who don't know, if you score on the penalty kill, the penalty's over. You're done killing. Like it? Don't like it? Is this something that you think the NHL or college or juniors would ever adopt? Go.
First of all, love it. Absolutely love it. Why not reward that team even more for getting a goal? And that's going to force teams to maybe play a little bit more offensively on the penalty kill, which when the game is scoring more goals, the game is better. Secondly, if you are not paying attention to the PWHL, you need to be paying attention to the PWHL. It's the new professional women's hockey league that was created. There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened to get this going and to actually make it a viable league. As a father of 3 daughters, I am so in debt of gratitude to the people that made this thing go. There's 6 teams right now, and hopefully that expands to more. I'm actually a little bummed that they don't have a team in Chicago, but they just had their first games this weekend. And the team in Toronto that played, it was Toronto versus New York, and the first game ever, they sold out. And don't tell me that nobody wants to watch women's hockey, because that is a farce. Women's hockey is incredible. We need to put more visibility on it, and I think it's an incredible product. So if you haven't been aware of what's going on in women's hockey, check out the PWHL. It's incredible. And we've had some people on the podcast that are playing in the league, talking about like Kendall Coyne Schofield, Nick Hensley. Is Nick playing in PWHL? Yep. I think she is, right?
High draft pick, bro.
Yeah. So, and others, Brianne Jenner's been on. She came on with the Cornell Olympians when she was on with a couple other people that are playing in that league right now. And so it's just awesome, man. But going back to this rule, absolutely. I love that rule. And I love the fact that they're just trying something new too.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to continue, like we can make the game better. You know, we can try little things that, and maybe the PWHL is a great league to maybe try some of these things and see how it works for potentially the NHL later on. But yeah, I love it. What are your thoughts? I mean, you were a penalty killer. You probably love this rule.
Penalty killer that scored a lot of penalty kill goals too. I was second in the
sorry,
nation.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, second in the nation, sophomore year, behind my teammate who had one more than me, who played in the NHL for an unreal amount of time, Mark Letestu. Great man. What's up, Tubes? We were 1 and 2 in the nation. Anyways, yeah, dude, I love it because I always was thinking offense on the penalty kill, always, because like teams are they're not ready for it. So if you got somebody who likes to jump, you know, or if you can get out and block the shot, run the D-man over, get a breakaway, is there anything better? No. Hello, little nepotiz. So I personally absolutely I really like it. I didn't get to see the game. However, I know the woman who scored the first ever PWHL goal. She trained in my gym just a couple times this summer because she's dating one of my pro guys, Josh Dunn. They're both unbelievable people, but she scored the first goal in history, so that was pretty cool to see. She's super, super nice person, and holy shit, is she an animal? Oh my god, dude! She worked out with my NHL and European pro guys, and she was dusting some of them. Like, she's awesome. She is an absolute savage. It was really fun to watch her. One day she did, or a couple days she did my stuff, and then a couple days she did her Team Canada stuff. She's on the Olympic team, and so I was watching what her doing, asking questions. That was really cool. Congrats to her. But I love the rule, bro. I love it.
I think it's good. And it's really cool too. Like I'm actually in Florida right now on vacation with my family.
I was wondering where you are. I was like, what is
Yeah,
that behind you?
I am in Florida.
Okay.
And if people don't know, Florida, the rapper, it's Florida. You spell Florida, but it's
Didn't know
Florida.
that for so many years. Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad about that one, but I'll admit it.
But I'm sitting in the pool, and we've become friendly with this couple. They're actually from Ottawa, and they got two little girls, kind of the same age as ours. So we were all playing kind of in the pool together today, and I was sitting and talking with some of their family, and they're from Ottawa, and they have a PWHL team there, and we were talking professional women's hockey in Florida. Like it's cool, man. This is going to take on, and like I said, so many people have put in so much work to make this thing happen. I think it's unbelievable that Brian Burke is one of the people that's leading the charge on this thing, who's one of the most powerful and influential people in hockey. And it's so cool that he's kind of taking this torch to help people on. Jana Hefford too. For those of you who don't know who Jana Hefford is, she is one of the best women's hockey players of all time. She's from Canada. We had her on the podcast in our first year of doing this, and she was phenomenal on the podcast. They've got Billie Jean King involved. Like, dude, this is unbelievable. Like, if you don't know the PWHL, you got to go check it out. It's unreal.
Is that couple still there in Florida who live in Ottawa? Because one of my clients is on that team, Jinsey Dunn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's on that, and that's actually Dunner's sister.
That's her sister.
So,
yeah.
yeah. So they'll play against each other this year. But yeah, tell them that. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's awesome. Are they going to go to a game? Did you convince them?
For sure. Yeah. They wanted, and they said they tried to get tickets for their first couple games, and it was sold out already.
Pretty dope. The more people playing hockey, the better in this world. Let's go.
Absolutely. Going back to the penalty kill, though. It's interesting because like there's so many different tactics on the penalty kill. Like I feel like, and let's go back to kind of our grassroots here of this podcast. Like if you're in youth hockey, be aggressive on the penalty kill. Like don't sit back. When you're aggressive on the penalty kill, you're teaching your players to anticipate what's going on. And whenever I teach penalty kill, it's always the ABCs. It's anticipate, it's blocks, and it's clears. Anticipates, blocks, and clears. Like if you could do those three things really, really well, and by blocks, I mean blocking shots, but also blocking passing lanes by having your stick on the ice. Ooh. Be like, have them be aggressive, anticipate where the puck is going. It teaches hockey sense. Don't just have them be sitting back passively, just kind of no, like that's not what youth hockey, like let's teach them some stuff, have them anticipate. And when you do that, you're going to create more turnovers, eventually more offense. You're going to have the puck more. Like, I love it. I think this is a phenomenal rule.
So what happens if it's 5-on-3? I didn't look into that. If it's 5-on-3, I mean, that doesn't happen a lot where somebody scores a 3-on-5 goal. I did.
I don't know if it goes to 5-on-4 or if it goes to 5-on-5. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Good question. Look at you, Mr. Challenge the process. Think outside the box.
Think outside that box. I have no idea how much time we have left because I didn't look.
We have 2 minutes. We have about a minute and a half left, almost 2 minutes.
Minute and a half left. Well, I do like that you said that minute 30. Thanks, Steph. I do like that you said maybe they use the PW to try out some new things. That would be interesting. And since we get a little extra time here, what other things could they try?
Well, I mean, you look at like for the power play and the penalty kill, you look at kind of what they're doing in youth hockey where you can't ice it on the PK. Some people will say they hate that. That's a very polarizing one. Some people actually
I hate that personally, but just
I like it personally.
As a power play guy, I love it, but on the penalty kill, I hate it. So
yeah, that might be it.
It depends on how many penalties our teams get.
I will say at Cornell, awesome defensive team, structure-wise, really believe in it. Once a week, every week, we would practice the penalty kill where we were not allowed to ice it. And you had to find your teammates.
Yeah.
And you had to make passes. Yeah. And it teaches hockey sense. So there's value to that. There's also value the other way of like, especially once you get to like bantams and midgets and you got to go play juniors where their rule changes now,
Yeah, because honestly, getting it out when you're under pressure, like a power play, when
Is
you're
a
on the
skill.
penalty kill, it is a skill. It's
Yeah,
hard.
it's
That's
really hard.
something I actually really had to practice, because you gotta kind of play chess on the ice while you got guys all over you.
Yeah.
We only got a few seconds left.
Do you want to read this rule on the bottom now? If you're on
Yeah,
YouTube, you can
our
see it. Go ahead.
produce said if a PWHL team scores a goal while on the penalty kill, the remainder of the penalty, parentheses, or the penalty with the least amount of time remaining, other parentheses, will be canceled, so long as it is a minor penalty. So if it's a 5-on-3 and there's a minute left on the first penalty, you score, that first penalty goes off the board. There's still however much time was left on the second penalty, probably is how I would assume that would happen.
Nepotist.
Time's up. Share the show. Love you guys. P-Dub, Jim T.
Love ya.
Ella Shelton.